There's basically two reasons why face masks can be worn. The first is to protect yourself, so to protect you breathing in something, and the second thing is to protect other people. And one of the problems we've had with the face masks is the messaging as to the reason why we wear face masks has been a little bit confused. Towards the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, there was obviously this big concern about protecting medical staff in hospital and ensuring there was appropriate PPE or personal protective equipment available for medical staff. So there was a lot of concern to avoid the public panic buying face masks. But the problem is the argument for the public to wear face masks was never really about protecting yourself. The argument was about preventing you, if you were asymptomatic, breathing over other people and spreading the virus. And here, rather than filtering the particles that you breathe in, it's about preventing your breath traveling too far from your body. Tests have shown that when you breathe out, when you blow, your breath goes about 1 meter, 2 meters away from your body. This is one of the rationale behind the 2-meter physical distancing. However, obviously, if you wear something over your face, you have like a breath diverting device, so a mask diverting your breath. You're pushing your breath over the body, up the top of your head, and thus you're not. If you are asymptomatic and you do have coronavirus, you're not spreading the virus particles as far. There's a variety of different types of face masks that are available, ranging from these slightly suspicious-looking fashion devices, which are essentially a type of netting, decorated netting, and that's not going to stop your breath spreading out at all. Ranging from masks like that, right the way up to what are called N95 masks, and these are the types that are used in hospitals. These are designed for personal protective equipment, as personal protective equipment, but as you can see, the entire sort of design philosophy and the structure of these masks are very different. Okay. So another type of mask that seems to be quite popular at the moment is this sort of very stretchy fabric type, made out of a single piece of fabric, very stretchy. And you quite often see people wearing these. They have quite a nice tight fit over your face. And obviously, when you breathe out, I'm a glasses wearer. Those of us who wear glasses really suffer from face masks because the breath, you can often feel it get diverted up and misting up your glasses. And it's quite clear that it is directing my breath around my face. As you can see, it popped off my nose there, so it's not the best fit. Obviously, face masks have to go over your nose as well. But one really good way of testing a face mask to find out how effective it is at actually diverting your breath is to simply light a match and then try to blow out the match through the face mask. I think there's some very interesting social issues around wearing face masks as well. I think it didn't help that the messaging has been very confused, especially in Western countries, and this distinction between wearing a mask for personal protection compared to wearing it for protecting other people. I think the fact that that message was quite muddled didn't help. But there's also been some very interesting research looking at different cultures and how they distinguish emotions on other people. And there was a paper published a few years ago that showed that people in Western cultures tend to look at the mouth when they're trying to interpret emotions. So if you're trying to see if someone's happy, you might look to see if they're smiling, or angry, look to see the shape of the mouth. Whereas people in more Eastern countries tend to look at the eyes to look at emotion as well. And therefore it seems to make sense that in cultures that are more used to looking at the mouth when they're looking at other people, they might have more resistance to wearing a face mask compared to other cultures that might interpret emotions through the eyes.